are so proud that this great medical system is in our own backyard. I know that if I were really sick and I had something terrible wrong with me, this is where I would go. Just because there's so many marvelously trained physicians.
The name of the scholarship is the Phillips County Scholarship, and it's from a group of donors that's from the Phillips County area. And what the scholarship is doing is to provide financial assistance for my education. I'm from a very small community. We have a population of about 3,000 people. And our community pharmacist was basically looked at as more than just a pharmacist. We really looked at him as a primary care physician because our nearest hospital was about 17 miles away. If I had an opportunity to thank the donors in person, I would let them know that it's just a great honor for me to be able to be the recipient of the scholarship without the support of these donors. Then it would have been a lot difficult for me to be able to attend pharmacy school. And I would just like to say that they provided a great example for me to follow, just as they gave to me. Then after I become a pharmacist, then I would like to be able to give back to the community as they have.
My interest in the cardiovascular field has been brought about by my family history. My father, my uncle, and 3 of my 4 brothers all had heart attacks before 50 years old or shortly thereafter. Professor Bissett made me feel like I was his most important student. Later, I found out that everybody was his most important student, but that was certainly a quality that passed on to Dr. Joe Bissett. In investigating the avenues that might be open to honor Dr. Bissett, it was indicated that perhaps a lectureship in cardiovascular diseases might be beneficial to the medical students, to the future doctors, to practicing cardiovascular doctors within the state, and to the public at large.
I'm fortunate to be the inaugural holder of the Carl L. Nelson Endowed Chair in Orthopedic Creativity, which is an incredible honour for me. Dr. Nelson was an amazing person who had a great impact on the campus, and the idea of an endowed chair is to honour a person or an institution that had a role in the successful development of a variety of different programs. It's a very interesting clinical study that we've been doing with the genetics division here with Dr. McKelvey, examining the skeletons and the bone mass in Down syndrome patients. These patients are living longer, and we were able to raise some funds from the chair that enabled us to measure bone density and measure bone turnover markers and get an idea about the bone mass and the bone quality in these patients. In another example, in a collaboration with Dr. Suzanne Klimberg, we've done a lot of work trying to diagnose breast cancer from patient fluids, sometimes plasma, sometimes blood, and more recently from patient tears.
When I took my training in pre-med and med, I realized that I couldn't rely upon just Alice to support me. This is very expensive, and there's no way that we have the resources to pay for our education, certainly not mine. And I realized at that time that we depended in our graduate and postgraduate institutions on philanthropy. And I'm well aware of that now, and I would not be as successful as I am without someone else, even though I don't know who it is, helping. So that made a good impression on me.
I volunteered at UAMS when Harry Ward first came as Chancellor, and they opened a lovely gift shop. And I started volunteering there once a week, and I've done it up until 2 years ago when my eyes failed. And I've enjoyed it. It's been fun.
To me, we've asked people to give money in the community, but it doesn't make any sense if you don't support your own institution. It's very difficult to ask someone to do something if you don't want to do it.
And I think it's very important to give your time as well as your money to help support the institution.